After we identified thousands of wanted probationers and parolees, some of them getting credit for time served while on the run, Senator John Lumbergh started demanding answers.
I have more questions today than I did before.
Which only led to more questions.
It's not becoming clear, it's becoming murkier.
Specifically when it comes to people on parole. The state reports it revoked parole for more than 3,500 people over the last 2 years. But the vice chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee knows that's not the whole story.
Truly, how many people violated parole? Is that number much greater than the 3,500? I want to know that.
The Tennessee Department of Correction changed its supervision standards in late 2014, based on studies and models in other states that showed the public is safer when resources are shifted from low-risk to high-risk offenders. In the process, giving people on probation and parole more chances to comply with the rules before sending them back to prison or jail. State records show since then the number of parole board revocation hearings has steadily declined, down almost 25%.
They've lowered the standard to comply with parole and probation. So there's less revocations being filed, not because there's a sudden compliance, but because it takes more to get a violation filed. That's what I think.
Lawmakers cemented the process in 2016 under a new law.
I think people are getting more bites at the apple before there's ever a violation filed.
While some are critical,
I've just been extremely impressed during his tenure and your team.
One lawmaker recently praised the TDOC commissioner's efforts to keep the public safe.
We have to use the evidence-based principles and the practices that we know reduce recidivism, because at the end of the day, if we're not reducing recidivism, we're not moving the needle on public safety.
In a statement, TDOC said its strategies now include the use of sanctions in cases where non-compliant behaviors do not involve criminal behavior. But the agency added other factors may impact the decline in number of revocation hearings, telling us, for one, the Board of Parole is releasing fewer prisoners back into the community. That number down 43% since 2013, a drop that's also resulted in a 13% reduction in the number of parolees under community supervision. Nate Morabito, News Channel 11, in your corner.